Okay, so we're back. The video I started playing earlier, I got to the point of doing the techniques of the muffle part and it got cut off. So I apologize for that. And this is just going to be a continuation of the first part of the video. So this will be like the second part, and we'll just continue following up on this and building on the skills that we're acquiring right now. So here we go. We're going to go back to the muffle. Okay, remember that this part of your fingers from the middle to the tip is kind of holding the skin down while you play and make the rhythms, but you're holding the skin down so that the sound doesn't come out. You're muffling it. So it's called muffle. So look at the sound with a non-muffle. Muffled. So we kind of cut the sound a little bit, and it gets kind of like just what the word says, muffled. It muffles the sound. You hold it down. If you don't hold it down, then it goes. That's non-muffled. Muffled. Bass. You tilt. Remember, you tilt the drum. Muffle, bass. Muffled and bass. Muffle, bass. Playing with me, so we'll do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This hand is up and it comes down, because sometimes we'll do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, is what we usually do when we try to do the 1, 2, 3, because we forget. We're still learning. And remember, the hand is up is the one that's going to come down. That helps. That helped me a lot when I get confused in the beginning. So. And still get confused sometimes. It's just part of developing. So here we go. We're going to do the technique that I showed you, which would be 1. Which one comes down? The one that's up. 2, and then the slap. Right? I messed up. Okay, that was my own mistake. Here we go. Try it again. Try doing the this sound with the open hand at the edge of the drum without muffling it. That tumbao sound, tumbao. Oye, cómo va mi ritmo bueno para gozar. So that tumbao sound, we're going to do that, and then we're going to do a slap. So it's going to be do do ba do do ba do ba. She's ba ba. Okay, 1 2 slap, 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 1 2 slap. because you're practicing with your left because you're weaker most of the time, and if it's not your weak hand and your lefty, then you practice with your left. So, so far we've done. Let's do a little review. And we're gonna go really quick through the review. Okay, so it's gonna be like heel, heel, tip, tip, heel, heel, tip, tip, heel, heel, tip, tip. Try to keep up with me, and I'm gonna go very slow through all the different techniques we just learned. This is about the fastest I'm gonna do it, because you already know what happens if you learn and manage the technique. You can do that. So eventually, remember, you're going to be able to reach those heights. But right now, slow. Try to be cool and calm about it. Under a lot of control. Okay, that was one of the things we learned. We learned heel tip tip. We also learned we can do heel tip at the same time without alternating, right? So we'll do, and I tell you that if you do it with a rhythm, like you try to find something. So what you do, the developing the speed, it comes when you do this. So that's kind of fast. So we'll do it slower. We'll go. I show that technique, something to practice. I'm exposing you to these very simple, basic techniques, and then I show you that we can do the 1, 2, step, 1, 2, step, 1, 2, step, 1. Right now, it's not sounding the same, so I'm looking at it and say, okay, I gotta make it sound the same. So here we go. That you're going faster and the sound is not getting right, then you stop at that speed, because you don't need to go any faster. And it doesn't matter if it's this slow. What's going to matter is the sound. The sound is going to be very important, because some people can do all this fast stuff, but the sound sounds so messy, and you're trying to practice. And I'm one to keep working on it, because it's difficult to get the same sound with both hands. So you keep doing it until you perfect it. So it's this slow. Technique. The other one I show, which I'm not going to repeat that one very much, just one time. You do the single. Remember, your hand curves right where the drum, also the edge of the drum curves. So it becomes a natural fit, and that's. We do the single roll. We did the single roll. Then we said we can speed it up. We speed it up. We speed it up. We slow it down. We slow it down. And you keep speeding it up until you can. If you can't control it, you stop there. And you slow it down again. You speed it up until you can control it. If you can only do this, and then do this, and that's as much as you can do, that's important to keep it there at that speed. You always slow it down from the point that you're losing control. You slow it back down and you keep going up. Then you use that, because every time you do it, you're going to develop a little bit at a time. So we did the single roll. We also did 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And then I did a 1, 2, 3. And then we did the 1, 2, 3, 4. We did the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, we did this. We did. back from 4 to 3 to 2 to 1. All right. Then after that, I also showed the we did the slap. We did the one with the bass. It's important to do this. We also did muffled, of course, right? Just going through it very quickly, kind of. And then we did the open hand slap. Open hand step, close hand step. I like the sound of the close hand step. Close hand slap, and then we did the bass. We did these things. What else did we do? Did I miss anything? Okay, I showed you that you could. Why do we use the technique a lot of the heel tip? Because you can do the technique with the left hand of your righty. Or you can use the other drum. Like actually, the bongo player does this sound. And instead of doing, so then we say, oh, there's another drum here. Let me not waste it. Let me try to do the bongo does that sound. This is the marcha del bongo. The marcha del bongo. Very basic standard one. And why is that so important when you're going to use speed and do solos? Because look at the speed that you can do this instead of you get tired. You're going to get tired, but if you do techniques at a professional level, eventually as you practice, you do a lot faster. Okay, so that's important. That when you say, oh wow, so I'm going to keep practicing that because I want to be able to be fast and I want it to sound different and sound cool. So then you have to practice the very boring thing, which is the heel tip, heel tip. And for me, it's not boring because I go, well, I know what that's going to lead to. I hope for you it's not boring anymore because you got exposed and you can say, wow, I didn't know that technique, which sounds like it's not learning much, going to take me to the level that I can do. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use all these different techniques that I just exposed you to. I'm going to use them in different sounds. And you're going to look. So this is no particular rhythm, it's kind of an improvisation, but I can use the different techniques and you're going to see how you can use it with your own flavor, with your own signature, the way you'll learn to do it. So let's say that we're going to use these techniques that I just showed you. So how would you do that? Soloing, improvising, creating your own atmosphere, because that's what the sound does. So let's say that you'll be doing, you'll try to do this. just single beats, right? Single rolls. And we just breaking them up. Instead of going, so those are single beats, I'm breaking them up. So how am I going to break them up? Repeats, the same beat. What's that? That is what I showed you was with the slap. When I'm doing it with the bass, I show you with the bass too. So what am I doing? What is this? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We use it in a solo. We try to create this solo. It doesn't matter. You're using techniques, so it's kind of practicing, putting all the techniques together. Say, okay, can I do this? I can do the bass. I can do the snap. So you got to think that way, and even if it comes wrong, you keep practicing. Then you're getting it right. You're getting it right, and that's kind of the way you're going to learn and become. You know, you will become great if you practice these things a lot more than I've been able to practice. You become really good. So these are some of the techniques that we show. Let's let me kind of add. Let's say that we'll add a kind of an African beat with some sound. So this is a well-known African beat. Happening here, slap, slap, and this is just 1, 2, 1, 2. It's real simple. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And what's this? Slap. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that 1, 2, 3 that I showed you, look how important it is. Let's say that you're gonna do this rhythm. So here goes the 1, 2, 3 that I showed you, which was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? But instead of me going 1, 2, 3, and then repeat it here, I'm gonna move my arm over and we're gonna do this African beat. I'm going to speed it up now so we can have a little fun with it. Now we're going to go. And now we're really celebrating and we're really happy. You imagine this whole community here and everybody's dancing together, and we're going to go really fast this time. Ready? It's just as simple as that 1, 2, 3 beat, and we're just doing 2 drums. So sometimes you hear these fast beats, you go, oh boy, that's complicated. Simple. So this is why it's important that we learn these basic simple beats. Okay? So, you see how we incorporated some of the techniques. Like, for example, I'm going to try This is kind of a beat that when I was probably like 11 years old or 13, around that time, I came up with this beat. So right now you can see one technique I showed you. That sound is another technique, and this is just 3 times. So if you hear that, you go, well, that doesn't sound like too much. But we're gonna double it up. It goes. Okay, so actually we just doubled it up, and we're gonna finish it with the double it up. Here we go. And we're gonna double it up. Triple it up, and we're going to be finishing with this last triple. Here we go. Ready? Okay, so we did this little bit of techniques, exposures, and we're finishing now. So I just want you to remember to practice the techniques I taught, and we're going to finish tonight with just saying goodbye. And I hope you practice, and I hope this was beneficial. I hope it helped. I hope you really do practice, because if you're learning, if you want to learn how to play, these techniques are going to be very, very important. I'm practicing myself so that I can continue to get a little bit better. And so I wish you all the luck, and I ask you to come back again sometime, okay? Bye-bye.